Hello matey, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be giving you my one signing that Coventry needs to make on top of the two that we've already made in this January transfer window to get us over the line. Our squad is still thin for my liking and this one player will make all the difference. We've already signed Romain Esse and Yang. This player will add depth to our midfield. So if you think you know who it is, comment it down below, and if you agree with my opinion on this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're trying to hit 800 subscribers before the end of January. We're almost there. I'd appreciate that so much. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So the person that I want to sign is going to be a midfielder. It's going to be somebody who can help out Matt Grimes in that midfield role, because recently in a couple of games we've seen that the midfield has just been wide open. Grimes is doing the work all himself, covering to the left hand side, covering to the right hand side, sometimes dropping into that back five, and it creates an uneven space within that midfield on the right hand side. Now, who is the player who will fill that void? Well, we need experience in this one. Currently our squad age is 26.4, which is not too bad when you compare it to the likes of Leeds United, whose average squad age was 27 when they got promoted, and Burnley's was actually 25.6. So we're sitting at a nice 26.4, which is pretty good. But because we're Coventry City and we haven't been in the Premier League since 2001, we need a player who can get us over the line, who has experience in football at certain levels, in League One, in the Championship, who's been around for a long time, who knows what you need to have in that midfield and as a squad. Because we brought in Romain Esse, but he's only 20 years old, and we brought in Yang, who's also only 19 years old. Those are two young signings who are exciting nonetheless, but it's good to have those experienced players coming off the bench or even in the starting lineup. So the player that I've identified is a player who plays for Sheffield Wednesday. Everybody knows who he is. He's a classic. He's called Barry Bannan. Now, if you don't know who Barry Bannan is, or you've been living under a rock, he is a legend in the football game, in the EFL. He's a guy who can play midfield, he can play right mid if you need him to, or he can play that defensive role, which is what Matt Grimes does. We could have Matt Grimes and Barry Bannan as a midfield 2 pivot, and it would just complement each other so well. He's so good defensively, he's calm on the ball, and we'll look through a couple of his stats that back up that claim. So looking at his stats, defending wise, recoveries, he makes 5.59 per 90 minutes. That is one of the best in the league. Block shots, 0.46. Interceptions, he averages 1.2 per game, and comparing that to Matt Grimes, he is better than him in recoveries, in interceptions, in block shots. So he's better at every department defending wise. Going forward with possession, his successful dribble percentage is currently at 64% per 90 compared to Matt Grimes, which is 70%, so they're very similar in that sort of avenue. He averages 50.65 successful passes per game compared to Matt Grimes' 61.73, which is still really high. He's in the top 89% of players. Chances created, it's roughly the same at 2.02 compared to 2.08. Successful crosses, 31% compared to Matt Grimes' 32.4. You're getting the idea. They're very similar players and they can play similar roles. And he doesn't necessarily have to be a player who can hang back and just help out Matt Grimes. He can also go forward. As I mentioned, he can play on the right-hand side if you need him to, but I don't think we need him to because we've already got Romain Esse, Sakamoto, Yang who can play that role. So he would just be that sole midfielder alongside Grimes. You would put him into games where we need more defensive cover, and I feel like recently against Millwall, against Leicester City, it's shown that we sometimes need that player who can hang back. Josh Eccles has done that role for us in the past, but I feel like he's more of an 8 instead of a number 6 like Grimes is. Same with Victor Torp. Victor Torp likes to go forward, likes to get onto the ball, likes to get into the box, shoot from the edge of the box, and that leaves us vulnerable. And I feel like with him in the lineup, Barry Bannan, he can give us that defensive cover that we need sometimes. We're getting hit on the counter attack. You'll see that Matt Grimes gets pulled onto the left hand side and it's just that gaping hole in the midfield. If we have Barry Bannan just sitting in that hole, he can clean it up, he's calm on the ball, he can keep possession, and we can go from there. So with the addition of Barry Bannan, if we happen to sign him, because he is linked away from Sheffield Wednesday in this season, they're already going down. That's confirmed. Does he want to stay at this club that he's been at for 11 years, similar to Matt Grimes again, where he's been there a long time, or does he want to just help us out getting over the line in this season where we desperately need bodies through the door? Because he's linked away to Preston North End, Stoke City and Millwall. Those are the 3 interested clubs at the moment for him, and honestly, out of those 3, you're looking at going to Millwall because they're the most likely to get promoted out of those ones. But if we can put our name in the hat, he would definitely go for us because his market value is only about 200 grand, which is an absolute steal for him. Even if we pay 500 grand, it's all about risk and reward at the end of the day. What risk does he give you? He only gives you 1 year, 2 years, but the reward is huge. Getting promoted to the Premier League, it's big stakes. And Doug King does realise this because he's a smart man. He knows what he's doing at the end of the day. He purchased the stadium for us. He's backed Lampard so far in the transfer window. And he knows if he can get another body through the door that Lampard actually wants, then we'll get over the line. And Lampard's already shown that with players that he brings through, he can get a tune out of them when he needs to. Looking at his stats so far this season, he scored 3 goals, 3 assists, started 28, and his average rating so far on FotMob is a 7.16. These are the type of players that you need in your squad who are going to give you 7, 8 out of 10s every single game. That is quality. That is just consistency that Coventry need in that midfield role. And let's say we don't want to play him alongside Matt Grimes because they're both left-footed players. You can take Matt Grimes off in games and bring Barry Bannan on. It's all about giving Matt Grimes just an easier time on the pitch, because that also means taking him off in the 60th minute, 70th minute, because we've seen a few times over the few weeks he's getting a little bit leggy towards the end of the games because he's working so hard that number 6 role all by himself. So if Barry Bannan can come off the bench, help him out for 20, 25 minutes, even 10 minutes, it's worth it to me. His contract does end soon, July 30th, so you're looking at, his market value, which is about £200,000. And with Sheffield Wednesday getting relegated, they need to get rid of their assets because I don't think he's going to hang around for too much longer. He's been at the club for 10 years now, as I mentioned before. He would either want to hang up the boots or give it one last go. And why does it not make sense to join Coventry City, top of the league? Honestly, Frank, if you need to get this player through the door because he will get us over the line, he'll help out Matt Grimes, he'll help out that second midfield role. He has experience that we need to get promoted. Youth is great, but experience is worth its weight in gold. So let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree that Barry Bannan is the man to join Coventry City this transfer window? We've got 7 to 8 days left. Hopefully we can get him through the door. We're not linked to him at the moment, but things can just escalate so quickly in the transfer window. Lampard, if you're watching this, you're probably not. Of course you're not. You've got bigger things to do than watching my videos, but I would get Barry Bannan through the door. I think it's pretty obvious we need another midfielder, even if it's somebody to come on for Matt Grimes during games. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with this one? Do you have another football player who you think could help out Matt Grimes or even cover him in that position? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in my match preview for Coventry City versus Norwich City. It's going to be a big one. Hopefully the Sky Blues can get over the line in that one.